Hey everyone, this is part 2 of our testing series, and today we're revisiting the function that we were testing, which is to calculate the mean. And this time here we're using a test suite that's provided with Lazarus. We'll just, to get back this program here, what I'm going to show you is how you can basically create one of these little applications or projects. So from the file menu you select new, and from there you can then select the FPCUnit console test application, hit the OK button. Here what I'm going to do is just accept all of the defaults as we go. I'm not going to change anything here. Create the unit, and basically you now have a skeleton with which you can work with. The other thing to note here is that you also get the scaffolding. The project source is also created for you, so all you have to worry about is defining your test cases, and they go into the published section here. The other thing to be aware of then is that if we go into here, will actually let me console run here. I'm in the right place here. Don't know how long this unit is. Here we go. You can actually run it with some different command line options, so you can ask it to just list all the registered test cases, the test suites you want to run, whether you want the output to go to file, etc., the format and so on. Have a look at the usage method here for more information on that one. If we go, so now we will go back into my real project here, and for the sake of for my ease, I have already defined the test cases here, and the code for them is down in here. Basically what I've done is just copied the code from the previous application, and if you look at this one, maybe this one here would be a better one to look at. It's exactly the same here, except I've just changed the variable name that it's using. It runs the function, and then we'll call, let's just say one of a bunch of different functions that can be called. So to see what the possibilities are, if we look at the assert class here, you've got fail, assert equals, true, false, same, etc. So depending on what you are testing, there should be a function in here that you can use that meets your needs. So at the very end of this unit here, you'll also see that my test cases here, or the class I should say, is registered, and because of that it will be able to determine what the individual test cases are that I want to test. So let's go to a command line here, make it a bit bigger, and so our program was called, we need to just make sure we can build this again. And let's now run it. And and here is the results of running those test cases. You can see that it is run each of them here, and you can also see that the number of test cases here was 7, none failed, and there are no errors here, and it, like I said, just runs them all in order as you see them here. So now why don't we just put an error in one of them just so you can see what the output might be. Now this time round you can see that this particular test here failed, and it tells you what it expected to get, and here's what it did get and some other information. In the summary here it tells you how many failures there were, and also down in the bottom part then it shows what gives you more info, shows you the list of failures themselves. So we can also have the let's go out to file, so let's go file equals test2.out, and now we could you can see here what the rather than going to screen, you could have it go to file and you could check it later, you know, after all the tests. Going out to file is something you probably would do if you had a huge suite of test cases where you are testing, let's say, every function within your library, rather than just a single function as we're doing here. If you want to see what the other possibilities are with the command line parameters, well, you can just run it with the -help or my double -help, and it will give you information there. Have a look at the various options of what you can do with the let's go up to with the test runner. There are a few here that you can play with, so like I think you can turn off the address information, etc. So you also can set up the set up an ini file here with default values as well. So anyway, so that's about it for this particular video. I hope you got something out of it. Like I said, all we had to do was to create the project and then specify our test cases. Oh, and by the way, the test cases do have to appear in a published section, but once you've done that, you are good to go and test your programs out. So until next time, happy coding, and I'll see you then. Bye.